Hi friends, my name is Priscilla with Psychic MD and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. We're going to get a little bit of Sage going here. For those of you guys that are repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in, seeing what's going on with today's shenanigans. And for those of you that are brand new, just happen to stumble upon this channel, thank you so much as well. I hope that everyone actually gets everything that they came here for. So we're going to be going ahead, excuse me. Well, hello. We're going to be choosing, this will be pile number 1. So we'll be choosing by crystals. So this will be pile number 1. Pile number 2. If you feel led to that one. And pile number 3. Okay. So go ahead and choose your pile. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So if you chose this beautiful little tower point, this is your reading. So right off the bat, I feel like people think that you are kind of brooding. There's a little bit of a storm within you, maybe a lot of bit of a storm. You could really love to dress all in black, like monochromatic. What color is your favorite color? Would be shades of black. It's my dog. He'll be fine, sorry. Furball. Maybe some of you guys like Freddy Krueger, or a lot of the terror, horror, terror. A lot of the horror films and things like that, some of the classics. Maybe you're into like Halloween, Friday the 13th, not necessarily. Crime shows. I feel like a lot of you guys are artists. A lot of you guys go within to be able to heal yourselves, to withdraw, to regenerate, as opposed to other people that are extrovert. You might be introverted, is what I was trying to say, okay? So, also, I feel like there might be a wound that you guys are working on right now. Something more heart chakra centered, and maybe with like a betrayal. I'm getting a betrayal or something that just really cut deeply, that you're really kind of emotional. I feel like turmoil. I feel like stirring a ton of emotions, like stormy clouds and things like that. So we're going to see where this takes us, okay? We're going to go ahead and get a card from this deck. The Magic of You. Okay. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1. And show me now. I'm going to start with a jumper. I love this card. I think some people might think this deck is a little bit spooky. Well, I think you guys will love it. Maybe. Okay. So it's Fergan. Become a loving mirror. And I almost think that, even though this is supposed to be like some kind of a, I heard like cytoplasma or something like that, but it's supposed to be almost like a pool. When you dip your fingers in it, it ripples. You have a ripple effect. I almost feel like this looks to me like a little bit of a stethoscope vibe, okay? So I feel like a lot of you guys can actually, pardon me, I feel like a lot of you guys can actually have a hard time articulating maybe your feelings, articulating words, or I remember, this will be a TMI, but once upon a time when I was a lot younger. Oh, you know, just yesterday. I used to feel like if I spoke my feelings, I would rather swallow barbed wire than speak what I was feeling. Okay. So I know that that's like really dramatic and intense, but maybe some of you guys have that kind of a brain like I do, that you're a little bit on the intense side, or a lot of it. I feel like personally there's nothing wrong with that. But then again, that's me. So we are going to flip this card and see what we get here as well. Detox, cleanse, and restore yourself. So part of cleansing is like purging. It's just getting really, really real with yourself. It's taking a time out. I even look at this picture and she is completely like hidden. Her face is hidden. Maybe it's a time to withdraw, to really cleanse your energy. I don't feel like that's going to be like a punishment to you. I feel like this would maybe even be my pile. I'd rather withdraw than necessarily be around people. Just tend to be a natural introvert to begin with, right? I'm going to go ahead and move this point. So I feel like we need to read from this little book, because I get 3 detox, and then I feel like after that you can have cooperation with yourself, collaboration. I think that things will go smoother for you. But now's the time to kind of self-doctor yourself. Okay, so social media, detox and cleanse and restore. Social media, electronics, mind-altering substances, food. All these things can be toxic and damaging when overindulged. Detox says it is time to cleanse your body and your soul. Rest is required now, especially in matters of overstimulated mind and emotions due to social media and smartphones. Communication in excess is toxic too. It is a time to be quiet and consider your authentic self and space to heal and deal with life up to this point. The girl of detox is lying down on a soft bed of shifting leaves. Okay, the craft of liquor set aside for now. Oh, I didn't even see that, but there's her little liquor bottle. She has a wonderful life, and her dreams are sweet, even when laced with fear, because she's not afraid of learning her lessons. They float from her subconscious like luscious pearls of bliss, because she knows when to rest and retreat in order to expand within. Detox is also a card of dream interpretation. It is time to pay attention to dreams. They are not just flushing out your active brain, they are messages and signposts coming to guide you. Okay. And then card 10. I feel like this is one of my all-time favorite cards of the entire deck. How can you not love this? Now, I feel like you are somebody who, when you work on yourself, for some reason, you have the ability to heal other people with whatever comes from that healing, if that makes sense. So whatever you learn winds up being a gift also to people around you. I'm seeing a little creature. Again, I'm feeling those oddity vibes. Like you could collect like medical tools or other oddities or wet specimens, anything like that. And I feel like you have a really good relationship with your shadow side. So I think that integrating that in a healthy manner is going to be evident once you go within and detox as well. I feel like you know that it's a constant purging. I feel like you've done this before many, many times. It's nothing new. I feel like you're an expert at this. But also, the ability to do this serves as an incredible mirror. You could also be somebody who's talented and gifted with scrying. Let's read. The simple and selfish joy that comes from knowing something good has happened to someone else fulfills and heals angry, self-pitying soul. It's time for emotional unification and appreciation for self and others. When we delight in well-being and success of others, we mirror those thoughts. As has been demonstrated and proven in the science of quantum physics, we become a part of what we identify and acknowledge. Unconditional appreciation for others' happiness is liberation. It touches our soul and reverberates through our experience of life like the delicate ripples across a man's heart. It is time to be brave and put your fear, resentment, jealousy, and anger aside and delight in the joy of others. Trust and know that by this simple contemplation and observation, your own heart is healed and restored, and your life will reflect joy and successes you see around you, perfectly and uniquely. So, here's the exercise. Ritual of black scrying, which right away caught my attention. Let's see, there we go. Fill a glass bowl of pure water, and in it, place 3 or 4 drops of India ink. Swirl with a spoon as the water darkens. Gaze into the soothing depth, and think about people whose lives you envy and feel embittered by. Allow yourself to soften and contemplate their happiness. Consider that their joy, freedom, and happiness now resonates in your heart too. Feel liberated and trusting, knowing that what you see in them is now in you. When you feel relaxed and refreshed, pour the water into the earth. The ink is non-toxic, and let your life resonate with pure, unselfish joy. So maybe some of you guys are going through a period of time where you're looking around and feeling that jealousy. For others, I just feel like that's being reflected upon you. I feel like you are the target of jealousy, regardless of what the case may be. It can go either way. Make sure that if this story seems to resonate with you, that you just kind of flip the script to resonate with your circumstances, okay? Just got a couple cards here for clarity. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1. Pile number 1, these are different cards. I think it's called the Tarot of the Opposites. Show me what I need to see and show me now. Ha. I love this card. You can trust your instincts. So I feel like you're somebody who, you already know this. You know that we both have negative and positive polarities. We need to balance that. You know that even with a waning moon, you can get all of your messages, that you're in tune. You can even tap in. And maybe you're sensing and feeling the jealousy of other people around you, which is never fun. I feel like that for you would make you withdraw into self-protective mode. I totally get that. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. Maybe. Hi. So don't forget that you really need to, at this point in time, trust your intuition. If you're having that feeling, or kind of like, gosh, I mean, what that person said around you sounded a little catty or this or that, then you're right on the money. Don't doubt yourself, because yeah, it was definitely a catty comment, okay? I feel like you have also the scroll of knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge that people are jealous of, that they wish that they could be able to sit there and hold. But you know, I feel also that, yeah, I feel like people could be jealous of your ability to dive deep and not be afraid of things. I heard your shadow side, okay? So people could be really intrigued and jealous about that, and that you're an incredible secret keeper. Oh my gosh, look. So I flipped bottom of the deck. So I'm getting, these are similar to the vice versa tarot. Okay. So I have the Devil card. This is like, obviously somebody being chained. Like, you addict people. They could be addicted to your energy, addicted to the way that you're able to go and dive deep and pull out lessons and really wisdom that no one else seems to be able to attain. But I honestly think that that's mainly just because they don't want to do the work, okay? So once again, I have like the dark sky in the background. It's incredibly, it's all red and ominous looking. And I feel like this devil is even chained to the person. It's almost like you can't get away from each other. So there might be a person who is like chained to you or doesn't want to let you go. But there's that envy and jealousy there as well. Okay. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1, please. Clarify. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Fergun. Show me what I need to see and show me now. Judgment. So in this aspect, this is, I look at these coils right here, and I feel like you're really in tune and tied in with spirit, with your ancestors specifically. And I think that you could be somebody who sees things, sees shadows, sees figures. I feel like some of you guys can even communicate or talk to the dead. I know it sounds kind of weird, and it's not scary if that's your life. So this isn't going to be for everybody. I don't think that this group is, you know, it's definitely not for everybody. I feel like a lot of these things also you would have tended to keep to yourself, keep hidden, or like try to suppress. You don't like come out and go, oh, I see dead people, and kind of parade it around, or, you know, it's just something that has maybe perhaps always been a part of you. And if you're like myself, it was something that like I just couldn't run from. So believe me, I tried, and you can't run from it. But I think that that's part of what's making people jealous is your ability to alchemize, to really bring about, to serve as a mirror, basically. Like the things that you learn are so deep and so incredibly like groundbreaking that it really breaks through people's denials, even though they deny it. Yeah, that happened. So we're going to get another card here. Show me why this is here, please. Maybe you have a wound about this jealousy as well, because it's like brought people, almost like these leaves, I'm feeling like they're bees. And it's almost like people just wanting to kind of sting you or like cover you up. It's like if they can't have what you have, they want to like, in some ways, they want to bury you energetically. Show me what I need to see. If this is your story, leave a comment or some kind of an emoji if you feel led to. I'm curious. Show me what I need to see. I also feel like you guys can see easily into the future as well. I'm just getting a lot of that. You guys have high vision, especially with the High Priestess here. The Blood Moon. Ooh, so pretty. So let's put that here. Destiny. Wow. Give me just one moment to look this up and read from the good old book. I'm definitely intrigued by this card. I'm like, how did I pass it? Okay, I'm gonna have to pause. I didn't want to, but here we go. Hang on. So we have blood on the moon. Turn the moon and call upon her guidance and magic. Follow the light of the moon and let her guide your way. She is offering you a message you should not resist or fight. This is your destiny. Know that you're on the right path. Listen to the moon, but be ready to accept the next important step coming into your life. Your path is paved and ready. You just need to find it. Engage with this divine energy to continue pushing ahead. The universe is not only protecting you, but it is walking alongside you, assisting you, and supporting your actions. Don't fight your destiny. Embrace it. Now, I just had an idea. Well, I feel like obviously this has to do with your destiny, your life's journey. A lot of us have a difficult time, quote, finding that path or admitting that this is a path for us or whatever the case may be. So I think I might do a little section where I might interview people about how they found their path or their journey, anything like that. I'm always very interested in doing things like that, which would mean that I would probably need to share my story as well. But I love this for you. I do feel like you are still a little bit in the shadows, not really wanting to expose yourself about how perhaps deep you are, or making it known perhaps that you can see like shadow people or communicate with the dead or anything like that. I feel like this is for my undercover witches, for people that have like that intrigue and that natural connection. Kind of want to get a little bit more advice for you guys, and then alrighty, show me what I need to see for pile number 1. What's going on here? What are these cards on the board for pile number 1? And show me now. Huh, this is so cool. All right, so here we have the 9 of Swords. This has been something that I feel like you guys are really clairaudient. And this goes back to even this card. If you look, this looks like, to me, a conch shell. The ability to hear your ancestors, maybe even hear other departed souls. And if you look here, it's anxiety. This is like, I'm holding my head. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Please go away. I see nothing. I smell nothing. I taste nothing. I definitely hear nothing. So you could be one of those people that was plagued with night terrors when you were growing up. Happened to me. You could be clairvoyant and very much clairaudient. I would say those are the 2 strongest, okay? Clairsentient as well, but I feel like you try to kind of withdraw from that. It's too much energy, which would explain why you probably don't people all that much as other people would want or expect from you. Now, the other card that we pulled here, I feel like, excuse me, this is so fitting, because I almost feel like this is almost like an ancestor, like trying to lift the cup to you, and you're in the receiving mode. So I feel like, is it time for you to receive? And a lot of you guys are going to start becoming even more empathic. And maybe that's like your hurdle right now. Maybe that is what you need to look in the mirror about and see. It is a gift. It just needs to be managed, and tools need to be had so that you could really use it to benefit your life, or allow it to be and help other people, and not have it be something that totally depletes you. So I feel like this ancestor is almost saying, okay, are you ready? Yeah, let me grab it now. It's not something casual. It's not like you're going to grab it casually. Once you have it, you're done. So I feel like this is saying that once you really open up and you're aware that maybe a lot of these emotions around, like within you, are not even yours, it's an incredible gift. It's a relief to be able to distinguish and differentiate between your emotions and other people. You don't have to absorb that. You can observe, not absorb. It's a big difference. And in return, you yourself could feel emotionally gratified and fill your own cup, and not feel like you're completely depleted by the energy of other people. You guys, I've struggled all my life with this. So if this is your story, I could definitely relate. Being around people just completely just wipes out my energy. So I usually have to do in very small increments and be done with it. But I feel like once we manage that more and realize that that's, you know, other people's emotions or whatever, it's going to be so much better for you. Now, if this is your story, I'm going to give you one tip that I actually got from watching Chip Coffey's show, the one with the psychic kids. And I'm going to say that the easiest way to do it is to form a C. Okay. Let's just move these out of the way just for demonstration purposes. Also, you might be having something big happen by the next moon. So full moon or blood moon, whenever that is to you. So you want to form a C. And what I do is I picture energy coming through the tip, almost like receiving that energy and gently sending it back. So here is a wall. So my hands look like this. A wall. I receive that energy and I send it right back. So it's very gentle. It's very natural. It's not like, ooh, let me, do this with the energy, or I don't feel like it's anything weird. It's simply acknowledging, yes, energy, I see you. You don't belong to me. And it has to go back to wherever it came from. And this really helped me a lot, especially when I was working in optics and I had, I don't know, sometimes 60 people in the store. I think one time I counted like 64. It just, we're talking not very huge stores. But being in that space, and it's fast moving all the time with different people that you have to kind of, raise your energy and lower it to match them. It was energetically draining. So this might be of some assistance to you if you like this kind of reading. Please do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're interested in hearing a little bit about how people, not just myself, other people, like interviews of how they were able to really deal with their gifts, how it manifested, how they managed it. Let me know. And I will definitely aim towards doing that as well. Much love to you. And until next time, namaste. Hi, friends. My name is Gracel with Psychic MD, and we're here to do another pick a card reading. If you chose pile number 2, which technically would be crystal number 2, then this message is for you. For those of you that are repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in. And for those of you that have just happen chance stumbling upon this read, welcome, welcome. I hope that all of you guys receive exactly what it is that you're seeking. We're going to get a little sagey sage to kind of set the mood, clear the area, and see what messages we get for you, okay? All right. See if we can get this to come in a little better. So first of all, I just want to share with you, the first thing that I'm getting is about your uniqueness. That was hard to say with a retainer. I'm going to say, I really feel like you are definitely unique. You're different. And I know that's a little bit of a kumbaya statement, like we're all different. No, you are definitely set apart. I feel like in a subdued, earthy, welcoming kind of way. I also feel like some of you guys can have pets, specifically maybe like a dog that always appears to be smiling, or a pet that has like heavy eyebrows. It's going to be for some of you. Not everybody is a pet lover. I feel like maybe one or two of you might really enjoy, sounds weird, bunnies. You might enjoy bunnies. You might really like bunnies. Let's zoom in here. And so what I'm seeing right here is almost like it's like a cross between a koala and a bunny. So you could like those animals. But also, I feel like you like little creatures or animals that have like really kind of big or intense eyes. Something about it. I also feel like that mimics your personality. You have an intense gaze. I also feel like for some of you guys, this almost looks like a snake. Let's see if I can bring it in here closer. So I'm looking at this and it appears to me almost like a snake. with many different scales, kind of like a cross between like a serpent, snake, serpent, dragon, like a combination thereof, okay? And I feel like what that's just saying is that you might be undergoing some major changes right now, some major transformations, and it's taken you into becoming your most authentic self, because I'm getting the image of actually water. And I'm being told, I don't always know the names of the crystals that I purchase, even though I am completely obsessed. This here, ocean jasper. Thank you to my friend Heather who helped me with that. Always helps me with the naming of. I feel like this is just stating that you're actually going within, because even without the thinking of ocean jasper or anything like that, I'm getting right now like ocean vibes, almost like this morphed into a creature that lives in the water, and it's holy, so it's undergoing some kind of metamorphosis and transformation. So that could be for some of you. And if you're not undergoing this right now, I feel like you're just going in deep. You're kind of like retreating into your own self just to kind of do a little bit of work. Some of you guys, yes, you might be doing shadow work, but some of you guys are sloughing off skin, meaning people, characteristics of yourself, traits, and things that just don't serve you anymore. So if you used to behave like one way towards a group or to be drawn to them and things like that, that is no longer serving you, okay? I'm getting something here like with a mustache. Maybe some of you guys have like a mustache or a Fu Manchu, or I'm thinking of like Orange is the New Black with like porn stash. I love that. Cracks me up every time. Sorry, guys. But also, I feel like here, in going back to the bunny image before we morph right here, I kind of feel like maybe some of you guys might be into like extraterrestrial stuff or conspiracy theories and things like that. Even though some of those, quote, conspiracy theories, and it's pretty much a term that, you know, the good old government made up to begin with. Now, there is something to be said about stargazing. I don't know if this, you can see that. Let's see, bring that in here. I'm seeing that maybe perhaps you've been looking to the stars, looking at planets, looking at alignments, looking at the moon, and maybe just like moon gazing, stargazing. I mean, you could be really into astronomy, and even astrology. But I feel like more it's just communing with spirits and looking up with like admiration, or as a way to, there's many different ways to meditate. And I feel like this is one of the ways that you might meditate, is just like gazing out at the skies, especially at nighttime, okay? And I feel like that's really healthy for you. And I'm being told that go ahead and like breathe deeper from like your belly button versus your chest. So we tend to hold a lot of that old air in our bodies. And I'm no expert, but I would definitely say that maybe yoga could help with this as well, with releasing like old air to help you to really get that deep breathing, that really relaxing and healing energy. There's something about the exhale right here, okay? So the more I look at this, the more it seems to me like you could have had a recent fight with someone. Let's see if you can see that. It to me now looks, and what I'm reading, just so you know, is like I read the image first, and sometimes it just morphs and I see something different. So I'm just reading intuitively. So what I'm reading right now is just that perhaps you are looking at things and you've had like an argument or a fight or something, because it just appears that out of the mouth of this person comes like some, I don't want to say spittle. Hey, been there, done that, right? But I'm just gonna say that maybe some harsh words or some yelling, or maybe you could have been outside yelling at the sky. I don't know your life. It could be a fascination with UFOs, with aliens, with anything like that as well. I see some sadness. And you guys, if you see something in here that I did not see, feel free to pop that down in the box below in the comments. Always, always interested. I also feel like there's something about your abundance and your finances, okay? So I heard settled, so that's settled. So if you were in the middle of some kind of a money thing, like, I don't know, litigation, a court, or whatever the case may be, I heard settle, like that is actually settling or going to be settled and a lot calmer. If you hear snoring, that is my dog. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of skeletons, maybe skeletons in your family, skeletons that feel like they want to crop up, pop up every now and then, seeming to like exasperate you. And Spirit's just saying, you know, it's not a matter of exasperating, it's a matter of exfoliating. Wow. So it's going to be one of those things where you think, okay, I took a bath, took a shower, and I'm all good. I, you know, exfoliated. I feel good. My skin's like brand new, like a baby, right? And then the next thing you know, you have like more things cropping up. So Spirit's saying don't be discouraged. It's just part of the process. And pretty soon you are going to feel relief. Try not to be led by your emotions. It's going to be very important at this time to be grounded. By the way, I feel like not a lot of people know these things about you. I don't feel like you go and like you speak things like that to even friends or family. I'm being led to look at this. See if I can bring this on camera just a little bit more. A little closer, darlings. Let's see. Okay. So to me, it just appears to be a face right here. And it's almost like this face, this head is slamming into concrete. So it could be a situation where you feel like you're slamming your head against concrete. You're not getting anywhere. It's very exasperating. It could have given you some headaches, aggravation. I feel kind of like excited in a not so great way, right? And so you're being led to you're being led to perhaps rethink the way you react to things. Now is really not even a good time to kind of react. Well, depending on when you're watching this video, it is timeless. And I'm going to say that if you're watching right when I'm shooting, which would be what, September 2022, I'm going to say it's not a good time to be reactive. We have a lot of planets in retrograde, and it just does not bode well for us. So if you're tempted to pick up a stick and shake it or smack somebody with it, with your words, with anything else, you might want to rethink that. And when I'm speaking, I'm definitely speaking to myself. Now, I definitely see this here almost like a mic. So you want to be careful what you say, because things can come back to haunt you later. And they can make you also feel like you're banging your head against concrete because maybe you spoke something publicly. Because with a microphone, I kind of feel like this is more of a public statement, maybe a statement made to friends or family or maybe coworkers. I hope you guys can see that. I don't feel like it translates well on camera. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, there's just a word of caution there because we might get ourselves in trouble. So once again, grounding is going to be very, very important. Now, what I'm going to say is whatever this change in this bit metamorphosis, this big transition in your life, if you look here now, I'm seeing like this looks to me like an eyeball, whereas before it looked like a flying saucer of sorts, okay? So I feel like maybe your third eye is awakening, or you're getting a lot deeper insight into what is going on. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to see what's going on with ourselves versus other people. So be very patient. It is a time to observe right now. It also could be stating that if you feel like you're under a microscope or if you feel like you're being observed, you are totally on point with that. All right. So that is what I'm getting for this crystal. We're going to go ahead and kind of move it to the side right now. And let's get into the card portion of your reading. I was trying to keep these semi-short, and apparently that's just not in the cards, haha, for me. So we're going to go ahead and put up these nifty stands. And show me what I need to see for pile number 2, please. For those that chose pile number 2, show me more about the situation, please. I see a lot of wind. That could be windy where you're at. You could be windy from the Windy City or have connections. Show me what I need to see and show me now. I want this. Liberation, darling. This is such a freaking cool card. Liberation, free yourself. Free yourself from things that are clinging to you. Look at her hands. It's like, so cool. But these, by the way, are cards from the Magic of You Oracle by Fiona Horn. And I want to say that things that are clinging to you, pecking for your attention, trying to fight for your attention, maybe even trying to keep you stagnant, smothered. I feel smothering energy here. It's time to liberate yourself. The number 13 also reminds me of the tarot. It goes back to the death card. And as many of you guys know, the death card is about a major transformation. So I feel like this is just kind of echoing a little bit what we just discussed as well with the crystal portion of the reading. So liberation is definitely a desire and a need to free yourself. And this could be what your transformation is really all about. So we get a little bit closer. And unfortunately, I can't really tilt the camera the way I want to. As I've mentioned before in other videos, I'm famous for kind of manhandling these gadgets, and they don't take well to that. They tend to break. So that's my disclaimer. Okay, let's see if we can get this here. Show me what I need to see. More information, please. More information for pile number 2. Detox. You might have a message in pile number 1, but only if you feel led to. Okay, so this is incredibly beautiful. This is about detoxing, cleansing, and restoring yourself to yourself, especially from things like electronics and social media, email, all of that stuff. It might not even be a bad idea to do some EMF protection. This is, if you look, she has actually laying in a bed of leaves, and she has put aside, I think it's a carafe of liquor or something like that. But she's also not able to see or not wanting for people to see her. So I feel like during this transformation, well, it could be fall wherever it is that you're watching, not necessarily, but it could be. And it could be that you are just really going back almost like into your own womb. There's a reference to womb. Some of you guys are pregnant, thinking about getting pregnant, or you are simply thinking about, with this major change, what is it that you are going to give birth in your life, like manifesting. Because to me, that's also an indication of pregnancy. I guess that's a weird way to say it, but you know, birthing something is a thing, you guys. Okay, here we go. What else do we have for pile number 2? Pile number 2, what do we have for you? Show me now. So with this one, we're going to get the good book. Booho, transform the way you see. So take a look. Like in all of these, she's not wanting to look. Eyes are closed, eyes are closed. Now we saw with the crystal that there was an eye there towards the end of it. And I feel like, yes, so I feel like your third eye is actually waking up. The way that you see things is going to radically transform. And even when I look through the camera, This looks a little bit like alien. If I soften my gaze, her face looks like an alien almost. His eyes are like really big and just really different looking, right? Let's see if I can move this a little bit more that way. Yeah. So let us read from this little book. Booho, transform the way you see. If you want to transform the world, start by transforming the way you see it. Pay attention to positive and pleasing things. Do not be distracted by anything that makes you feel sad or hopeless. You observe with your heart and your eyes. Grow in wisdom as you witness a world shaping itself according to the way you see it. Know that the wisdom evolves and it is not static or fixed. It is time not only to look outside at the world, but also to look at yourself and comprehend the role you play in the events taking shape around you. Let what you absorb, let what you observe transform you. Be uplifted by what you know about even challenging facts and difficult truths. There are further opportunities for growth and transformation. The girl of Booho holds the owl, which is wisdom, and the butterfly, which is transformation, on her index finger. I'm like, where? That's a butterfly? Sorry, guys, I'm like, I don't see that. See? Even the seer sometimes doesn't see it. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they're butterfly wings. Interesting. Some more over here. Okay. Sorry, I scrolled out there for a minute. Okay, but also look within yourself to comprehend the role that you play in the events taking shape around you. Let what you observe transform you. Be uplifted by what you know about even challenging facts and difficult truths. There are further opportunities for growth and transformation. So she holds wisdom and transformation on index fingers. On her index fingers, which represents power, and she gazes on her world curiously and confidently. Booho also means people are watching you and noticing you. What did I tell you guys? The crystal reading and noticing your courage, good deeds, and personal transformation. And that these qualities will be rewarded. Booho appears when a reward, bonus, or notification of approval is about to be received. Yeah, baby. Okay. So, we like that message. Let's see what else we can get. Right now, we're going to be reading from the Tarot of Oppositions. Let's see if we can zoom out just a wee bit here. If you're liking this kind of reading, please do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to think if I left links to make an appointment with me. Show me what I need to see. Why are these cards here? Clarification, please. Clarification for pile number 2 and show me now. Okay. So I have the Six of Cups, a little bit of the shadow side, a little bit of longing for what was, for what used to be, and that is on the detox side. So I feel like there's an element of letting go of things from the past, and it's okay to give yourself some time to kind of think, regroup, refocus more, even honor. It's going to be important to honor like those things that have passed. Even, I mean, I've had jobs that I begged to be liberated from. And guess who stuck themselves in that job? That was me. But by the same token, it was kind of like, I need this job and make really good money, but I hate it, get me out of here, that kind of a thing. Whatever the case may be, is I actually started giving gratitude and clearing energy for new people to take the position I had, because I was going to have a better job, a better position, one that I was happy in. And it did occur just like that. So you might want to do maybe a ritual ceremony or something like that, or just even your mind sit quietly and think about, you know, whatever it is that is capturing your emotions right now. This is very feeling based. Okay. So, and we saw that with the crystal. And, you know, it's okay to honor the past, but the sun is setting on that, and you are going through a new chapter. And so open up the doors for a new chapter, for light, for happiness, for change, transformation, and wisdom, for liberation and freedom. I think that's coming to you. You just got to look at things a little bit different, and you're almost there. Okay. So show me. Ooh, I just got a little bit of vertigo. You might even be feeling like you are a little bit of time warp or time jumping. Now, it's not going to be for everybody. It might be just for one of you. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2, please. Thank you. I'm definitely getting court vibes with this, the Page of Pentacles. So, yeah, I feel like this is going to be an investment opportunity, whether it's time, energy, effort. But you know what? This is telling me to put a little bit of effort into yourself, into freeing yourself, into detoxing, getting off of social media, even for like a full 24 hours. And for some of us, that's difficult. We have jobs that require that. And for others of us, like yours truly, might be slightly addicted to just looking and scrolling and whatever. So whatever your thing is, you know what you need to be liberated from. But most of all, liberate the way you see things with a boohoo, and liberate whatever it is that's dragging you and keeping you stuck. Okay, so it's going to take some effort. You might even need to spend a little bit amount of money, because with the Page of Pentacles, that's about an investment. So maybe you need to go for a massage. Maybe you need to see a Reiki healer and clear out some energy. Maybe you need to invest in doing tapping, or maybe you need to invest in doing a class or personal trainer, or whatever your thing is. So be sure that whatever it is that you're led to do, even if it costs you a little bit, the rewards are going to by far exceed what it is that you're going to put into it anyways. Okay. So we have transform, and cleanse, getting rid of, shedding old skin, just like the snake we saw in the crystal. What else do we have for boohoo? Transform the way you see, please. I do feel tears, by the way. And show me now. You could feel almost like you're coming out of a picture, because I feel like this lady is in a gorgeous picture frame, like old school, super expensive, Reach, maybe Reach Nouveau. So maybe money, court settlements, things like that are going to help to liberate, free you, or it's going to be the end of things, the end of a chapter of stress in the morning in your life. And here, I love this. We have the Queen of Wands. Sorry, it's a little bit chilly here. So we have the Queen of Wands, and all this red in the middle of almost like no color, which, you know, granted, those cards are kind of that way. I feel like new life springing up. I feel like you reclaim your mojo. She is grabbing that wand, and this is like, listen, I'm Queen Bee, hear me roar, or hear me buzz, whatever your thing is, okay? Whatever your mojo is, I feel like you are actually going to feel renewed. I feel like you're going to take the bull by the horns. You're going to feel replenished, and most of all, feel like your security and safety is addressed in such a way that you just feel solid. Like you're not looking back to the past anymore. You're looking at, is it more like a stepping stone? I hope I said that correctly. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at this other deck of cards, and this one is Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle. Okay. I think these cards are so beautiful. You can find them on Etsy. It is the second edition that I happen to have by Inner Witch Oracle. Yes, I did say that. Let's move these guys aside here. And I keep having this. First thing that comes in my mind is, no, I'm not a witch. Sorry, inside joke. I have my own demons to wrestle with, you guys, okay? So maybe I am. Who knows? Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. Pile number 2 that's undergoing all this transformation, this change, major change. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2 and show me now. Sparrow, trouble. Interesting. Let us see. And once again, we're going to pull from the book. Excuse me while I flip through here. Trouble and challenges. When the sparrow comes up, the divine's telling you to prepare and pay attention. With this card comes turbulent and unstable energy. There may be some current issues or struggles on the horizon. Prepare to learn from these issues and events. And keep in mind, we did address like a lot of emotion going within, like turbulent emotions. With struggle and challenge comes great knowledge and growth. You can overcome this. Known in most folklore as messengers, this tiny bird is something to pay attention to. Actually, let's see, zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Learn from this steadfast creature and buckle down. To better connect with this card, utilize the energy, a candle, pen, and a piece of paper. Write down the affirmation on paper. Carry it with you or leave it on your altar. When you're ready, tear up your paper and burn it. I embrace the chaos and learn from my struggles. And we've been talking about that, and that is basically what your transformation is. I do feel like that energy is clearing out, but this is affirming. Spirit saying, I do see your current struggles. I do see even your current sorrow. And you're going to be blessed when you push through these major things. You're going to be blessed with new eyes to see the world and yourself in a completely different way. So I'd like to get another message, please, for pile number 2 and show me now. Oh, I knew it. I'm like, I mixed these cards in here and I don't want to get rid of them because they're so beautiful, but I keep mixing them up. Maybe I should do a reading with them at some point, huh? Show me what I need to see and show me now. Rosemary. And also I saw letters. Yeah, communication. Water element. Communication back and forth. I feel like lawyer papers. Yeah, I definitely feel that. But rosemary is to purify. So whatever this is, I feel like you are going to get the opportunity to purify. It might be even good to keep rosemary around you, and as weird as it sounds, to go ahead and smell that. I don't know if they make like a fragrance or whatever. What do they call it? Essential oils? Yeah, gotta. Excuse me. Sorry about the furble cough effect here. But definitely need for managing your emotions. Just be careful not to be too hasty. At this point in time, rosemary is going to be extremely healing. And your final card is happiness. Okay? So I'm going to tell you, just like before, kind of everything just ties together beautifully. I'm going to say this major transformation, you're like right in the thick of it, but right towards the end, if that makes any sense. This is going to bring you great happiness and transformation. You can also have a deep connection to birds. I heard to trouble. That's not going to be for all of you guys. And hopefully you take it in the spirit that it was given. And listen, I'm going to say, share one thing with you. So at least my guys are kind of caustic and have a sense of humor. So I feel like Spirit connects and communicates with us however we understand it. This morning, I happened to have 2 bracelets on, big shark, right? And they got tangled. One of them was kind of like wire, and the other one was just a stretchy thing. They got tangled. I couldn't untangle them. And under my breath, I muttered, I'm like, can you please give me a break? And Spirit just chimed in, you get breaks. In fact, you get breaks from things and situations that you put yourself in. I was like, whoop, ouch. Okay, I stand corrected. So, just try to keep a sense of humor. It's going to be really difficult at this time. And also putting your feet in salt water is going to really help. Okay, I know it sounds like weird, but if you feel led to, I feel like it would really help to purify and cleanse those emotions. And if you want to cry, cry it, let things out. It's better than stuffing those emotions down like yours truly tends to do. I'm learning how not to do that, by the way, but yeah, work in progress. So there you have it. I hope that you are doing well. I'm excited for your transformation. You have like a brand new freaking amazing chapter, happiness coming. So don't doubt that. I know that things may seem really dark right now, but what you cannot see is that you're given pearls, pearls of wisdom, pearls of charity, pearls of love, and pearls of change. So you, my friend, are on the up and up, okay? Just be careful with the written word and communication, especially now during this retrograde planetary movement. It's just a hot mess whenever you decide to listen to this. But anyways, much love to you. Thank you so much. If I didn't say it before, please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Much love to you, and namaste. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose crystal number 3, then this message is for you. This would be crystal number 3, by the way. You can look at it while I do a little sagey sage and get us going here. So I want to thank those of you that are repeat offenders for stopping in on my channel to see exactly what the tide brought today, whenever today is for you. Much appreciated. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I want to thank you and extend a very warm welcome to you as well. I hope that everyone receives exactly what it is that you are seeking. Did you guys see that spark, that flash? I hope that translated well. That was really pretty. So, we're going to be using a couple of different decks as per usual. And of course, reading your crystal in a different way. It's more like scrying your crystal than actually reading the crystal by the traditional meaning. So we have a little bit of sage going on here, a couple of different decks going on. Don't forget to hit that like button if you feel led to at the end. Or no, whatever. So group number 3, what do we have for you? This is a Unikite. And it looks really dark. I'm going to say that I feel like you have a ton of, this is going to sound really corny, but a lot of qualities that people that are just beneath the surface. Like you give a lot of love to people. And I think that's just beneath the surface. Like people would not expect that of you, but you're not also like pile number 1, that the bloodstone, you're not the brooding type. I feel like you're pretty even keel, kind of happy-go-lucky. I do feel like you have fire in you. I'm feeling more earth side. Doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm feeling super intellectual as well. I think that you're really at a point in your life where you're managing things really well as far as like at least emotions go. You could also have a choice to make between two things. I feel like this crystal to me is looking like 2 doors smushified together, okay? And it's almost like these doors almost form like a heart if you soften your gaze a little bit. And so I feel like it's like you like both worlds, whatever it is, like fashion and writing, and you want to do both, but it's a door that you kind of have to choose one or the other. And it's a little bit like it's a split decision. I don't know what to choose or what to do. Maybe you're choosing between two different homes. Maybe it's like two homes that you can't decide. You're having a hard time with. They both have their, sorry, their pros and their cons. Maybe it's even deciding to leave the current home that you have and go for something different or moving out of state, something like that. Okay, it's a choice. I feel like behind one of the doors, almost like the smaller door, the one that came in second, if that makes sense, a second opportunity. I feel like there's something that someone that's angry or might be angry if you choose that. I heard hidden enemy. If you don't feel that around you, don't make it your story, okay? This is definitely just supporting your own intuition. I see a female right here, and it has just vibes of like old school, a little like connection to wearing like bright colors and maybe even wearing bottoms but no tops, like tribal type of thing. That might mean something for some of you. I feel like some of you guys might like to draw. I heard the word electronic. You might do... I don't know what that art is called. Like, words are escaping me. Okay. And then also peacocks might be important to you or mean something to you. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me is what I heard. You might be a teacher. I think I heard that from my son when he was little. You might have a problem with your throat chakra, like speaking your truth. There's some clearing going on there. Or you might find yourself like coughing more than usual. There's an element of you might like kind of like muted colors or colors with depth in them, like green. I love that olive green. Absolutely love those colors. I feel like people underestimate you quite a bit, by the way. Interesting. I heard cracks in the foundation. So you might be discovering, like, depending on where you work, you might be discovering cracks in the foundation. I keep looking at this. Also, it's almost like painting or drawing or highlighting. I feel like painting a woman's figure or something about a figure and the figure 8. So it could be a little bit like obsessive doodling or painting the same thing obsessively. I'm not entirely sure. And my sage is not burning out. It usually would have burnt out by now. So it might be something smoldering, like in the back of your mind. For some of you guys, you could be interested in fires, like where the fires are, or you could be like volunteer firefighter or have an interest in that. Or looking at maps where they're located or something. Don't get freaked out, but something with like arson, watching shows where maybe you're watching a show where they're featuring somebody like an arson investigation, something like that. I also feel like, okay, do you guys remember that Tim Burton movie 9? It was really kind of difficult to see because it was so dark. Not dark as in genre, but well, that too. But anyways, that, or I get, is it Groot? I never watched it, but I know the little figurine because I kind of see that right here. So something about that. I think that you might have not a ton, but you might like something to that effect. I don't feel like you collect necessarily a lot of like horror things, but I think you might have one or two things that might surprise people. And that it's a little bit on the edgy, dark side, okay? But I don't know. I feel a lot of calm, a lot of peace. I feel like a lot of love and a lot of balance with you. Woo! A lot of energy on the back of my crown chakra. And actually, that's unusual because I don't think I've had that energy before. I'm feeling like someone standing behind my left shoulder. And for some of you guys, I feel like that was like a father figure or someone who nurtured, like grandfather, like very loving. I wouldn't say exactly verbose, but when he spoke, it was kind of funny, a little bit like one-liner, very observant, okay? Very supportive. So I would say that this, if this resonates, it's not for everybody, but if this resonates, this is something, I feel like a celebration. So I don't know what this is, okay? It's almost like a wedding, but it's almost like when people, okay, you have to go under the bridge and people are holding their hands up like that, and then they end a song and the hands go down and you get locked in the middle. So whatever that game is, I don't know what that is, but I feel like it's like wedding vibes or something to do with a form of celebration. Moving on. Might be for one person, okay? So let's see what else we have here. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. For pile number 3, I guess I should remove pile number 2. And how is it that my other hand light went out? What? Unacceptable. Show me what I need to see and show me now. Epiphany, reveal your gifts. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So with the Epiphany, things have been growing. I feel like within you, and there are gifts that you really haven't let on to yourself, let alone anyone else, okay? So I feel like you've been through things. I mean, look at the wound in her arm. I think it's incredibly beautiful. And again, I've done a reading on this card specifically before. But I'm going to say that maybe for one or two of you, hopefully not many, maybe perhaps you did the whole cutting thing or you're in that right now. And I feel like whatever it is that you endure, whatever pain, whether self-inflicted or inflicted upon you, whatever growth, I feel like that is coming to the forefront. And it's something that you can't really hide any longer. If it's something that you want to be like me, undercover with everything and not share anything with anyone, and yet here we are, right? I think it's going to come out no matter what, because it's part of your destiny, part of your gift to humanity as well, okay? It's going to be something that other people view as incredibly beautiful. I heard toxic, so for a couple of you, you could view it as a toxic situation, which I totally understand, I totally get, but I feel like that is going to be part of your gift. Like once you were able to take off these blinders, this beautiful leaf blinder, which is definitely unusual, you're going to be able to see in the future how this relates to your story, your progression, and your role as a protagonist, okay? I'm going to say that also you have a lot of, not a lot, but you have some shadow people almost like behind you. I feel like that's just saying that you've left some people behind or some memories. I don't feel like this is necessarily spirits. It can be for a couple of you. But if that doesn't resonate, if you don't feel that around you, don't take that for heart. I feel like for most of you guys, it's going to be people that are in the now. I even feel like a party and you being separated from that, like by choice, okay? It's not like you weren't included or they didn't want you there, but you just kind of needed that alone time. So I feel like you might kind of pull away, withdraw your energy to think, to really contemplate, and to process things alone. Now, this wound is on her left arm, and that's the intuitive arm. That's the subconscious. That is like what we do subconsciously. So let's get a little bit more information here. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3, please. Pile number 3, show me what I need to see and show me now. You might have a message, and I think it was pile number 2. Only if you feel led to it. Okay. Liberation, free yourself. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. Show me what I need to see and show me now. Honor your mystical creative force. That's, listen. That's just what we're talking about. So number 22, Arenda. Is that how you pronounce it? Honor your mystical creative force. Now, I feel like, I definitely feel like some of you guys have message in pile number 2. Because this makes me feel like that picture of unplugging from everything that was on the left-hand side. And it was a lady in a beautiful, like, Baroque picture frame, if that's how you say it. So honor your mystical creative force. And I feel like you are really blind to the fact that you actually are a mystic in some ways. Her hair has the head of a snake here. And she is, it looks like she's feeding it. I feel like this has everything to do with also a change for you. But the change is more revealing your gifts. Like, liberate yourself by revealing your gifts, by admitting or by like sharing that with people, because people need that. You may think, well, that's just me and I'm just kind of quirky and weird, or it's just stuff that I do for myself. Well, yeah, me too. And yet here we are. So maybe you're being called or led to do a platform like similar to this or something totally different, whatever the case may be. You need to really follow your intuition, but trust that everything that's happening for you, to you, is happening for you to help you manifest your very best life, okay? Yep. Bottom of the deck, I have the Hangman. And this is a willing hangman. This is somebody who pauses, just like the Epiphany card. And the Epiphany card reminds me of the Victory card, by the way. This is pausing, and it's a little bit of a show-offy stance. It's like, look, I'm going to take some time to really check things out, look at things from a different perspective. I am going to see whatever the heck I want to see, and I feel like secure just taking that time out. I feel like, yeah, I have the talent to do that, but I don't want to. And I want to caution you there, because I feel like when we're given gifts, it is a talent, and it is initially, I think most of us start with like, let me help myself, or let me see what this is about, or it's just a hobby, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like you may have a calling that's a lot bigger than that, and it's not about showing off, and I think you know that. But I think you may look at things and go, well, I can do that. Well, I can do that. Well, I can do that. And that's great. But I feel like you're going to be serving mankind in a bigger spectrum than you are currently, okay? And I feel like it's going to bring about a massive change in how you think, an epiphany, and also growing developments, gifts. Let's see what else we have here. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. What do we have for thee? And show me now. The Empress. Yeah, this is what I was getting. I feel like you're doing well, like really well. I feel like you are creative. You might be birthing new ideas. I feel like you're abundant. I think you're extremely, I think you're comfortable. Like you're able to do things if you want to take a trip or buy something. Like, I feel like you're comfortable, you're content, you've done a lot, super smart. I also feel like if you are a female, um, well, men and women can just look at you and think that you're it, okay? Because the Empress has been all the queens, and now she just sits there and goes, "Okay, I heard which bitch do you want me to be today?" So don't do that's not for everybody. That's for a couple of you maybe who think more on the sassy slant like my brain does. So if you need to pull out the Queen of Swords and be like, I'm going to crop, chop, and dice you because this isn't needed, or you need to get to nitty gritty, you have that ability. You also have that ability to be nurturing, giving, and psychic, and kind, and empathic. And you can also bring it to the table and say, this is what I'm going to invest in. The rest is crap. Let's do this. You have the smarts. Oh my gosh, look. Cannot make this up. You might be a Leo. Have Leo in your chart, one way or another. And the Magician. So, first of all, I'm going to say that some of you guys might shy away from a public platform or something like that because you might feel like people frown on it, because I look at the sun is not smiling, but the sun is totally smiling here. So you might think, well, there's no need for me to do that. Like, what do I have to offer? The deception won't be all that. And this child looks emaciated and a little bit dejected, clinging to this red banner. The red, to me, stands for the root chakra. It's about stability, security, things that might make you feel like unsafe. So this energy, or the lack of receptivity, or the lack of what they call it, subscribers on your channel, things like that might make you feel like, well, insecure or not sure, or like it's not needed. But even if you change one person's life or assistance in a bigger spectrum, I think it's going to help you most of all. And so I also think it's going to just further develop your own talent. So I wouldn't even worry about that. It's like I would say trust in spirit, because you have exactly what it takes. And I think just have fun with it. Things don't have to show themselves the way we think. They don't have to produce money. They don't have to produce numbers. We're, once again, human beings, not human doings. So allow yourself to connect to your roots. I feel like there's a little bit of a separation, kind of like, well, I don't know. Leos, I mean, we're prideful. I'm a Leo too. So 7 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is just stuff that you're doing for yourself, but you have greater gifts to explore. And that is the biggest message here, is that things are super good now. You do have a lot of talents that you're like, hey, check me out. I can do that too. I can read tarot, and I can, read crystals, and I can, but I think that looking at things with a different perspective. And part of that is you allowing a transformation and offering things that might cost you, okay? So I see blood dripping and some blood here. It might cost you, I don't want to say like blood on the brain, but it might cost you maybe some pride, some ego. It might bring up some inner turbulence that you're not used to, because life is actually really good and calm right now. But the reward is going to far outweigh that. Okay, I feel like you do things currently not in public necessarily, but if you take that time to invest, it's going to be very, very beneficial, transformative. I feel like you might, see some stormy skies, but I think that, I don't want to be dramatic, but I feel like mankind needs you. mankind needs you to get into the fray sometimes. So this isn't about abandoning things that are working well for you. It's just about exploring your talents or gifts in whatever capacity that you feel led to, if at all. Okay? Let's get some final message because this turned out to be really long. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. What do we have for me? And show me now. The air element. Yep, your state of mind. And that goes very well with a hangman. Let's actually put them here. Your state of mind. So you'll be thinking a lot about things. The amethyst, okay? Acceptance and courage, but also very, very healing. And I feel like this is you. This is you by nature. I feel like you offer this to friends and family, those that are close. But I think it takes a while for you to be able to gift that to other people. I just think you have a lot to offer. You might have a message in pile 1 as well. The blood moon. Blood on the moon. Sorry. And it's destiny. What the heck? We're going to end it here. The destiny card. Check that out. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay. I'm going to read from the good book. And then we are going to end this. Give me just one moment, please. Because the book said it way better than I can reiterate anything. Don't make me pause this because I always wind up going way over time whenever I pause. Okay. Destiny and fate. Turn to the moon and call upon her magical guidance. Follow the light of the moon and let her guide your way. She's offering you a message. You should not resist or fight. This is your destiny. Well, know that you're on the right path. Listen to the moon and be ready to accept the next important step coming into your life. Your path is paved and ready. You just need to find it. Engage with the divine energy and continue pushing ahead. The universe is not only protecting you, but it is walking alongside you, assisting you and supporting your actions. Don't fight your destiny, but embrace it. I allow the illuminated path. Oh, I follow the illuminated path before me. Yep, that's what I have for you. So thank you so much. And until next time, namaste.